And now, I haven't been on here for quite a long time, but I'm here now, and I came with a very interesting topic. In this episode, we're going to be talking about PJ Patterson. Tag along if you want to hear more about Jamaica's longest serving Prime Minister.
The Most Honourable Edward Siaga first became a Member of Parliament on the 10th of April 1962. And as I think I have said to him since then, it's been the best reminder of the consequences of defeat and how not to spend one's birthday. Because I very well recall having assembled the food, the drink, and the appropriate company to celebrate that birthday. The food went untasted, the liquor had to be left for another day's consumption, and I have concluded from that it is always better to win than to lose. Mr.
Percival Noel James Patterson, born on the 10th of April 1935, popularly known as PJ Patterson, is a Jamaican former politician who served as the sixth Prime Minister of Jamaica from 1992 to 2006. He was also the leader of the People's National Party, PNP, during that time. Patterson's parents were Henry Patterson, a farmer, and Ina James, a primary school teacher who both hailed from the Hanover Parish in western Jamaica. He received his secondary education at Kingston's Calabar High School and pursued higher studies at the University College of West Indies and later the London School of Economics. As an undergraduate at the University of the West Indies, also called UWI, he served as the chairman of UWI's External Affairs Commission, where he gained exposure to world leaders and international political thought through attendance at a number of international student fora. It was also at UWI that he became committed to Caribbean regionalism and to the causes of countries of the developing world. In 1958, he graduated with a bachelor's degree, honors in English. His time as a law student at the London School of Economics consolidated his foundation in international politics and was awarded the Lieberman Scholarship and the Sir Hugh Parry Prize for excellence in the law of contracts. While enrolled in the Inns of Court, the Middle Temple, he and several of his fellow students were to become future leaders of the countries of the developing world. Now let's talk a little bit about his political achievements. He was a campaign manager for the PNP's bid for power in the general elections of 1972, demonstrating skills as a political organizer that played a significant role in the party's victory at the polls that year. This led to his first appointment of the Jamaican cabinet as Minister of Industry, Trade and Tourism. From 1978 to 1980, Patterson served as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. The PNP were voted out of power in 1980 and Patterson lost his seat. However, in 1893, he was elected party chairman and the PNP won by a landslide in 1989, and Patterson was back as deputy prime minister. From 1989 to 1990, Patterson was also Minister of Development, Planning and Production, and from 1990 to 1991, he was Minister of Finance and Planning. He assumed office as Prime Minister after Michael Manley retired in 1992, at a time when the Caribbean island nation was facing the formidable challenge of securing a place in a new global order of economic liberalization and deregulation. In the 1993 Jamaican general election held on March 30, Patterson led the PNP to a second consecutive victory in the polls, winning 52 of the 60 seats up for grabs, defeating former Prime Minister Edward Siaga of the Jamaica Labour Party. Patterson led efforts to strengthen the country's social protection and security systems, a critical element of his economic and social policy agenda to mitigate, reduce poverty and social deprivation. In the 1997 Jamaican general election, Patterson led the PNP to a third consecutive victory, breaking the third-term barrier. The PNP won 50 of the 60 seats available. His massive investment in modernization of Jamaica's infrastructure and restructuring of the country's financial sector are widely credited with having led to Jamaica's greatest period of investment in tourism, mining, ICT, and energy since the 1960s. He also ended Jamaica's 18-year borrowing relationship with the International Monetary Fund, allowing the country greater latitude in pursuit of its economic policies. In 2002, when Patterson led the PNP to another general election victory, but with a much reduced majority of 34 out of 60 seats, he became the first Jamaican Prime Minister to be sworn in for a fourth consecutive term. In September 2003, Patterson told a party conference that he wanted Jamaica to be a republic by the time he left office in 2007, saying, "The majority of people in Jamaica are ready to consign to history the last vestiges of colonialism." Patterson had long supported moves to make Jamaica a republic, but he was unsuccessful in this aim as Jamaica is still a monarchy. In 2012, he expressed his frustration that a republic had still not come into being. He made international headlines in 2004 when, as chairman of CARICOM, he led the regional organization in the decision to refuse recognition of the Gerard Latortu government in Haiti, following the removal of the democratically elected Jean-betrand Aristide from office. Patterson arranged for Aristide to take up temporary residence in Jamaica during Aristide's lawsuit against the United States and France, accusing the countries of kidnapping him. In one of his final initiatives as Prime Minister, he launched a program of radical transformation of the island's education system, aimed at development of quality human capital equipped to succeed in a competitive global economy. In addition, Patterson presided over a significant decline in poverty during his time in office. PJ Patterson retired as Prime Minister on the 30th of January 2006, and he was succeeded as MP by Portia Simpson Miller. Patterson is a member of the Club of Madrid, a group that consists of more than 100 former presidents and prime ministers of democratic countries, which works to strengthen democracy and democratic leadership worldwide. Patterson has contributed to numerous conventions and statements in the international arena, including the Valletta Statement on Multilateral Trade and Guzo Statement on Vulnerable Small States. These have helped to shape a North and South relationship and influence the negotiating position of developing countries. He is a member of the Global Leadership Foundation, an NGO composed of a number of former statesmen, ex presidents, and prime ministers, founded in 2004 by former state president of South Africa. The Global Leadership Foundation is an organization which works to support democratic leadership, prevent and resolve conflict through mediation, and promote good governance in the form of democratic institutions, open markets, human rights, and the rule of law. It does so by making available, discreetly and in confidence, the experience of former leaders to today's national leaders. It is a not for profit organization composed of former heads of government, senior governmental and international organization officials who work closely with heads of government on governance related issues of concern to them. He played a seminal role in the process that marked the transition from the first steps in integration of the Caribbean region to the founding of the CARIFTA and its evolution into CARICOM. He drew upon his expertise in law and trade to steer the regional body towards the development of a Caribbean jurisprudence through the Caribbean Court of Justice and a borderless regional economy through the Caribbean Single Market, which came to fruition in 2005 and 2006 respectively. During his tenure as Jamaica's foreign minister, he served as president of the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, plus the European Union, Ministerial Council, and led negotiations for the ACP group of countries with the European Community. As chairman of the African, Caribbean, and Pacific States and the EEC Ministerial Conference, he played a pivotal role in forging an agreement on the basic framework for the original Lomé Convention, which influenced the outcome of subsequent negotiations that led to the convention signed in 1975. He has served as president and spokesman of the ACP, African, Caribbean, and Pacific States Ministerial Council on a number of occasions. A passionate opponent of apartheid, he was an ardent proponent of South Africa's liberation movement. Upon becoming the Prime Minister of Jamaica in 1992, PJ Patterson was invested with the Order of the Nation, allowing him to be known as the Most Honourable and to use the post-nominal letters ON. In 2006, he was invested with the Order of Excellence of Guyana, allowing him to use the post-nominal letters OE. On the 2nd of July 2009, he invested with the Order of the Caribbean Community, allowing him to use the post-nominal letters OCC. PJ Patterson became the sixth Prime Minister of Jamaica in 1992, but it was the highest office in the land that was the most interesting. Patterson rose from the ashes of scandal to lead the PNP to victory that year. PJ famously exclaimed he would be back and proved himself a prophet when he did. His resignation paved the way for history to unfold the swearing-in of Jamaica's first woman Prime Minister, Portia Simpson Miller. Patterson's resignation also brought to a close an unprecedented period as Jamaica's longest serving Prime Minister, with 14 years unbroken service and 25 years in Parliament, during which he held more portfolios at the ministerial level than any other minister, covering tourism, mining, industry, foreign affairs, trade, finance, and defense, in addition to the office of Prime Minister.
Members of the Honourable House of Representatives and members of the Senate, it is virtually impossible for me to find words that are eloquent enough to express the sense of pride I feel as I prepare to depart from the public stage by this occasion and the tributes which have been paid to me this afternoon from both sides and both houses of Parliament.
Okay, guys, that is it about my video about PJ Patterson, the longest serving Prime Minister of Jamaica. And I must make a note to you guys that one thing I've noticed while doing my research about Jamaican Prime Ministers is that the internet provides a long list of information about the PNP leaders more than it provides information about the JLP leaders. And because of that, I unfortunately did not provide enough information like achievements of Siaga and Bruce. I struggled to find achievements about them on the internet, but when it came on to Manley and PJ Patterson, there was a long list of information provided for me, especially of their achievements. So I'm not sure if I should say that the internet is biased. I was told that it's because PNP is just that party, it's the big party. But I would not even know that. You guys tell me in the comments below, is PNP, is Jamaica and PNP country? Is it the biggest party? Is it just that party that the internet even mentions them more than it does of JLP? Because I am quite confused as a younger generation why that could be. Okay, guys, if you like my video, please like and subscribe, or share with family and friends if you like. My PayPal button is down in the description box below. Please, please, guys, support my channel. I know I haven't been consistent with my content, but I'm still here and I remember my purpose as a content creator. There, guys, thank you for supporting my channel once again, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.